The ABCs of Property Management by Ken McElroy. When speaking out the book, The ABCs of Property Management by Ken McElroy, we should first introduce its author. Ken McElroy is an expert in both real estate investing and property management. His company owns and manages thousands of apartments across the United States. His 20 years of experience in asset management adds an incredible value to Robert Kiyosaki's team, whose advisor he is. The book is especially useful for people who invest in real estate because, as Robert Kiyosaki claims, a great property manager is the key to success in real estate investing. Property managers create value. According to the author, the book is not just about how to manage property, but it is also about stories. Every property has a story to tell us as much about what management will be like as will the financial statement. And Ken McElroy tells his stories in an enthralling way. Please subscribe to our channel and like this video if you find it useful. We thank you kindly. We will also leave a link in the description below where you can listen to the audio version of the book for free. The book, The ABCs of Property Management, answers some important questions. 1. Should I manage my own property, or should I hire someone to do it for me? Every owner has the choice to either manage their property themselves or to hire a manager. Before making that decision, they should know what to expect. The author explains the basic principles of property management with a lot of examples based on his own experience. Sometimes a fundamental lack of understanding of the basic principles can lead to disaster. One little mistake leads to another, and in the end, investors rationalize the situation by placing the blame on the real estate, thinking it is a bad investment. As Ken McElroy explains, size doesn't matter. What matters are sound principles of property management. A sound management plan is simply this: reduce expenses and raise income. Your goal as an investor and owner should be one thing: to own a property that creates cash flow. His advice is to think of an income/expense statement as your property's report card. The most important concept you should take from this book is this: income minus expenses minus debt equals cash flow. According to the author, you should set up a budget for your property based on your property's past performance and the market's projected trends. In the book, you can find a lot of details about setting up a budget. If you use a professional management company, you will have to also budget in the fee paid to them. The management fee should be a percentage of the total income collected from the property. The author explores not only the financial aspect of property management, but also its operational aspects. A lot of people think that managing property is only picking up a rent check and paying some bills. In fact, it is an intensely time-consuming activity. You can face various tasks and difficulties in the process: finding a tenant, collecting rent, maintaining the property, communicating with residents, and etc. It all costs either time or money. If you are a person who has the money to invest, but doesn't have the time to manage his property, professional property management is a good choice for you. It buys you time. Another thing to pay attention to is the condition of your property's market. Some markets are much more management-friendly than others. A high-demand, low-supply market means that the landlord has much more control over the renters than in a more balanced market. An example is a market like Manhattan, where one of the most time-consuming aspects of management, finding a resident, is nearly non-existent. 2. How do I find a good property manager? Ken McElroy's simple definition of a good property management company is this: one that sends you a check and never calls. It is a dream of every real estate investor. One of the major advantages of hiring professional property management is that you no longer have to invest huge amounts of energy and time in your property. When choosing a management company, make an informed decision. Even if you are not going to manage the property yourself, you need to have a fundamental understanding of the work and principles needed in order to make your property a success and increase its value. The first thing you should do when evaluating which company to hire is to examine your property's needs based on what type of property your investment is. Some areas to focus on are age, structures, equipment, grounds, and amenities. Find a property management company that fits well with all of those criteria. The author reveals details about the different types of management companies, specializing in different types of property, commercial, homeowners association, mini storage, shopping centers, multifamily, single family. Companies also differ in their operational capacity: national and non-international, regional, mom and pop, realty company, owner and resident management. Each one has its advantages and disadvantages. Ken McElroy's company specializes in large multifamily property management in the Southwest. As he explains, he gets offers all the time to manage properties outside his specialization, and always says no because he believes that focus is the key to success. The author also gives tips on what not to forget when considering a company. 3 things that make a company great: the employees, the systems, and the structure. 3. How do I hire a good property manager? The author points out the steps of hiring a good property manager or a company. The first step is finding the prospects. This you can do from your own home using the internet. Once you have a list of companies you are interested in, call them and set up an appointment with a representative. The second step is meeting the prospects. This includes visiting their offices and also the properties that they are already managing, the so-called shopping a property. Step 3 is choosing a manager. The author's advice in this final step is to not just go by your observations. A sound business principle is that you need another set of eyes. Don't hesitate to consult experts. The book, The ABCs of Property Management by Ken McElroy, is an excellent read for people who own rental properties and who want to maximize the return on investment. What makes the book vivid and interesting are the real stories the author shares. Property management is a long-term process compared to buying and selling real estate, and the book leads you through a lot of hidden obstacles you can come across. At the end of the volume, the reader can find sample applications, agreements, and forms, which are especially useful and can be downloaded. Tell us in the comments, what is your favorite book? Can't get enough of reading? Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/readandgrow1, and also on Twitter at twitter.com/readandgrow1.